The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Thursday, looking live at the Christmas tree outside Tostitos Championship Plaza, outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, where it is a wet, moist 56 degrees. The high, we've already reached the high. It was 73. The low tonight is 53, and it's supposed to rain for the next day or two.
Yeah, that's Nate. He is Kurt. This is Shannon. In the back, we got Chris Beam. I am Jesse Holley. Together, we make Hanging with the Boys, sports talk equivalent of Braille. People feel us.
And we're brought to
When
you
we speak.
each and every day by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Come on, Cooks. We playing the drugstore this week, baby.
Yeah.
You should be able to find what can fix you.
Nate,
Yeah.
you're very festive and bright in your school, your alma mater colors. What's the occasion, man?
Rattlers.
We got to do number 14 play for us, man. Bringing that heat.
You repping the Marquise Bell?
Yeah, man.
today?
Since I didn't jump on it when Kurt brought it up the other day.
I like it. It's very.
Yeah, man. Very bright on a dreary
I
day,
like it.
man.
I like
yeah.
Who, Who was around first, Fam or Miami? Because one of you stole the other one's colors.
They probably was there first.
Yeah.
But we only counted when we showed up.
Okay, fair enough.
They can be there forever.
It turned cold really quick.
Yes, it did, man.
Real quick. It's chilly out there. Wet.
Man, I miss my fatness.
Do you?
Yeah, until I get up and walk. And I'll be like, wow.
Were you warmer when you were heavier?
Oh, yeah.
Really? You
Man,
could tell
I
the
can walk out at
difference?
40-degree weather with a wind blowing, man. I'd
Really?
be good with a light. Now, I'll be about to die.
Kurt, how are you today?
I'm good.
You good? Jesse?
Yes, sir.
Jesse, how you doing?
Good, man.
Jesse
You know,
got the pastels on.
yeah, man. Mentals is good.
Good.
I almost had a dental problem. But no, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Wait a second.
I'm just hanging on. I don't waited too late in the year to get in my deductible because if I start now, I only got 2 months to get it in, so I'm gonna wait till January.
So it
to do it.
restarts?
Yeah.
You got to pay it anyway. You got to start the deductible over anyway in January.
Yeah, but like if you, that's another story.
Okay.
That's another story. Go ahead.
You trying to.
He couldn't
What
get
happened
it
to your
right.
dentals?
So here's like third world problem that I have. First world problem. They call them first world problems that I have. So I don't know. Do you guys still use the manual toothbrush? Are you manual toothbrush
I
guys?
use it.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Laser?
I buy the little $7.
Okay, so
Electric one.
So Nate, you and I have the electric toothbrush,
Yeah.
right? So I've had this one. You can change the inner pieces.
Right.
So I change them like every 2 months or whatever. Whatever you change them, but it died. It died. Like it just stopped working. I thought I charged it. It just stopped working. So I'm standing at the sink this morning. And this is. This is the spoiled, privileged part of life that I live.
Is this high maintenance, Jesse?
100%. I'm standing at the sink this morning and the toothbrush won't go on. And I'm thinking to myself, how am I ever going to brush my teeth this morning? And I'm standing and I'm looking and I'm just like, maybe I just rinse my mouth out with the mouthwash and just keep it moving. Never in my mind dawned on me, just manually do it like you've done
For 80 years.
for 100 years. And like I sat there and I looked and I was like, you spoiled brat. And I had to manually do it. And then when I got done, I got on Amazon and I ordered a new
So
one.
you won't have to manually do
So
it.
it should be there by tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was sitting there, I was just like, but that
You're just so used to it.
it reminds me that like, what are we complaining about? Like, I really live a privileged life. Like, I sat there and thought to myself, I'm not going to be able to brush my teeth today because the motor in my mechanical, whatever, electric toothbrush died.
Wow.
I felt horrible. I felt horrible. I was like, but I figured it out.
Well,
little elbow grease.
glad you figured it out.
Elbow grease still works just
Glad
as
you
well.
made it through that time of trial and tribulation.
Yeah, man. Talk about the trauma of my life.
Glad you got through that, Jess. Burned a few extra calories this morning.
Yeah, breath is smelling all good. My smile is feeling. You know what I mean?
You got some nice teeth.
Thank
you ever
you.
have braces?
Never.
Really?
Never.
Do you whiten your teeth?
I do.
Yeah, you don't whiten yours. Kurt, do you whiten your teeth?
On occasion, I need to again. Or
I
more
never
or
whiten
whatever.
mine. I need to start.
You don't do pretty much anything at the dentist. Like we need to get you. We need to get you. We got a lot. We got to work on you. We let you slip by the wayside. We got to get you in therapy. You're on the cusp. You're on the cusp of getting a therapist. Maybe
I think I'm good. I've been to
dentist.
therapy before. I told y'all that.
you know your
A therapist actually told me I didn't really need therapy.
What about a doctor? You go to the doctor?
You know, we talked about this at lunch today. I've never had a physical.
Why don't you get your pen out? Get your pen out.
That's exactly what the doctor says.
Get your pen out.
So I need to go do that.
He don't start rolling his hair.
Yeah.
I need to go get some blood work done. I'm getting to that age where I need to start.
Yeah,
going
like
every year and
you're
get a
not
physical.
like you're not 25 anymore.
I know.
You do realize that,
Thanks
right?
for the reminder.
Like you're double.
Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah, you're double. Like
I
there are
know.
things that are supposed to happen at certain ages in life that you need to.
I know, and I've got a little one I need to think about
Yeah.
prolonging my life, so I'm around for him a little bit.
You don't sound
longer.
happy about that. You sound like, well, if I'm there,
No,
he'll figure it out.
I just don't like to go do things. Like I'm a very introverted extrovert. Once I go do stuff, I'm like, okay, I'm glad I went and did this. Like if I go out, I like to go to the bar and watch sports and sit by
Everywhere
myself.
that's bad.
Are we
and
putting
going
the doctor's
Yes, going
visit?
to the dentist, that's a trip. That's a journey. Going to the doctor's office, that's a whole ordeal. That's
anything unhealthy, he down with.
yeah.
All right. When they roll you to the morgue, you're gonna be unhappy about going.
I know. So I won't remember that. I got a bone to pick with you today, Kurt.
Oh,
Before we-
Hold on.
Before
Now,
the show
Now,
starts.
listen now. You
See me deflecting all this
mouth-
off
yeah,
being
look, look.
everything.
all right.
Bullet point number 4 today.
4. Let me pull
It
up.
states, not to call you out on the air, but I'm going to call you out on the air.
Okay.
Darren Waller, 7th among tight ends
Oh,
in
right
receiving yards at 48 per game. A go-to for DeVito?
He's hurt,
Curdy's on the
man.
injured reserve.
No, I should.
What are you
I
doing?
did that last week too with somebody who was hurt, and I put him on the list. So sorry. That's how much of a deep dive I do into the Giants. You know, I just look at the stats.
Curdy even gave up
Look,
this week.
it's in the building. It is in the building. It's in the building.
No, Kurt, thank you for sending these out every
Well,
single
no.
day.
Yeah,
I wish you would have sent the text that you were thinking about sending last night.
I'll have to tell these guys off the air.
Yeah,
that one.
in the break. Be a good conversation. So, all right, let's get into a little bit of football now that we've wasted 10 minutes of
Yeah,
the
that's
show
fine.
on nothing.
That's what we do.
They have one of the worst, the Giants we're talking about, one of the worst offensive lines in the league. Is left tackle Andrew Thomas the best on the offensive line? Nate, do you even know who's on their offensive line?
Yeah, them Bama boys. Them Bama boys. They ain't like the defense. They ain't like a Bama boy that plays defense. They soft.
So,
Yeah, they soft.
so are the Cowboys, should they have a field day? You got a rookie quarterback.
If we
you got a
stop,
bad
only if
offensive
we
line.
crush the run within the first 5 or 6. If they just go out there and crush the run the first 5 or 6 minutes, to say the first quarter, and we get any type lead, 7 or 8 points, even though they're gonna continue to run the ball because they just want to run the clock down because they know they're gonna lose the game.
Just trying to get out of there.
Yeah, they just try to get out
Get
of
on
there.
the bus.
Yeah, and so I'm telling you, if these boys. Now, I ain't going to even say that. I ain't going to even call that badness up. We finna, man, come on. That's why I wore my orange shirt today.
Is there
I'm wearing
any
something.
risk though of did they eat the cheese against Arizona? They gave up 400 yards.
Man, they can eat
lost.
800 pounds of cheese. They can go out and eat some Velveeta cheese. We're going to beat
there's
these
no-
dudes.
That's the
Come on,
same
man.
No
Nate
risk
that
of
we,
that.
that we heard it before the Cardinals. Exact same Nate.
Jesse, Jesse
I'm with
agreed.
Nate. I really am.
Come on,
I'm
man.
serious. Like Arizona, I was even
This
trying.
worries me, Kurt.
Like
Both of
Arizona,
them are
I was
even-
even trying to be like,
Right.
well, they got good effort. They
Right,
don't
right.
have the guy. I'm telling you, fellas,
They're bad.
this is bad.
What about Saquon? Because you're going to get it. He leads the league in 83.7 yards a game, 102 yards from scrimmage. Like, is that the only thing
That's
you have
the
to stop?
only thing.
Like, just put a guy on him to shadow him? Is that what you do?
Them dudes
Just
you talking about that
just
can't
commit.
block.
There's nowhere for him to run.
Like this is, Evan Neal was a lineman earlier in the year where you remember it was the big thing. He got done. He was getting worked. Fans were booing. Then he made jokes about, some of those fans flipping burgers, and then the New York radio host went off on him and said that, boo him every time you see him. Said you see him in the mall, boo him. He said you see him out the movies, boo him. He said if he makes it to the Pro Bowl, boo him. He said everywhere you turn, you should boo this guy. And it was it's bad. Like it is. The reason why Daniel Jones, remember he went to the IR with the neck situation and all, they were beating him mercifully. It was bad, and this is the same thing's gonna happen to this Tommy DeVito kid, and I mean, it's gonna be like it's. I don't even know how to explain it. Like I really don't know. That's how bad it is. Like this is your ultimate pass stat game. It really is.
Is there any advantage to this DeVito kid not having any tape out there? Is there?
Because who was he throwing it to?
There's one good guy's on IR.
What's the other tight end? Bellinger.
Bellinger. Yeah,
Bellinger. He's an up and coming guy. But
are we going to see 30 carries from Barkley then?
You're going to see probably 50 carries from Barkley.
Touches.
At least.
Touches, baby.
Like at the end of the day, Barkley will have 40 plus carries.
Can they stop him?
So if you have him on fantasy, make sure you start him this week.
He averaged over 4 yards a carry last game. They lost 40-0, but
Saquon going to tap out too.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever been? This is for both of you guys that have played professional football. Not for me and you, Kurt. But I've been on the sidelines. It's probably only been a handful of times at away games where by halftime or third quarter you're just like, I just want to go get on the bus. Mm-hmm. Like this is just wind the clock down. Like let's just go. I think I've been in one of those maybe in the second quarter. Maybe it was New Orleans that one year where they just beat the brakes, got the brakes beat off of them. You're just like, especially a night game when it's late, you're going to get home at 3 a.m. What's that like as a player? Just like, I mean, because you don't want to put out bad tape. You don't ever want anybody to question effort. But when like, that's got to be the way the Giants kind of feel going into every week now, right? Especially when you're playing a defense like ours and you really, like you guys are both like there's no chance.
There is not. I was in a game like that. It was at Green Bay. It was a night. I think it was a night game. It was actually the game that sent Wade Phillips home.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I believe that was a night game. It was a night game. Mm-hmm. It was raining. It was cold.
40. What was it? 40.
It was bad. It was over.
46.
It was
something like that.
It was bad.
So you heard the press is printing the new playbooks.
Yeah, on the way on the plane ride home, you heard the whole punching. You heard the whole punching going into the new playbook.
Heard a call when you go to play. Order some more paper for the printer.
I'm gonna beef up this
We
playbook.
got to triple the size by tomorrow.
Was there a feeling that the team had quit?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting like this is around that time.
45-7.
It was bad. It was bad. Around that time, you started kind of hearing what Nate was talking about yesterday. Hey, baby, call Charles. Have Charles and Mark to start boxing this stuff up.
Yeah.
You start getting a call to start boxing stuff up, man. And
what does it mean because you obviously you just can't quit playing and just stand on the field. So what exactly does it mean when a team quits? You just miss tackles? Is it effort? Is it like I don't want to lower my shoulder because I might dislocate my shoulder?
Correct. It's like you know what it is.
It's a lot of business decisions.
I was getting ready to say. It's the business decision of all business decisions. Because here's the thing.
Let me tackle his feet instead of his shoulders.
Because as the season begins to wind down, what don't I want?
Get hurt.
I don't want to spend time in the offseason being here having to rehab.
Right.
And listen to this.
I don't want in the building.
I don't want to be here like you know what I'm saying? Like I want to get so far away from this thing, but if I'm hurt, If I go on IR towards the end of the year, or I hurt something, I'm contractually
Stuck.
here to do my rehab. Whereas when I do my exit interview, hey, I'll see y'all when it's time for us to report back. But if I'm hurt, if I'm shoulder, knee,
I can't
ankle,
go to Mexico or the Bahamas.
you could go, but you got to come right back.
Right.
You got to go for a weekend, 3 days. They may give you a reprieve, let you go a couple more days, but you have to come back. That doesn't sit well with front office personnel. If you ended the year hurt and you're not here rehabbing. They start talking about taking some of that money. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And coaches can't threaten you because they job on the line. They can't threaten you.
Yeah.
Coaches can't threaten you
Because they're probably not going to be here either.
Yeah, I'm telling you now, Coach Daboll and Wink, they'll be here next year, but you going to threaten you guys that got guaranteed money? What you threaten them with? Wow. I've been there and don't want to ever go back. Mm. Once you've been through that a couple of times, you do not ever want to experience
like that in '89.
Oh, 1-15, 3-13. I mean, coach telling you ain't gonna be here next year. I'm telling you, I'm weeding it all out. You know, Jimmy was brutal, bro. I got college kids can outdo y'all.
So what are our coaches? I know we've talked about this before in such games. What are our coaches saying? Everybody in the building over there knows the Giants aren't good. I mean, how do they?
They hoping they're leaders, man.
Mike McCarthy ain't helping them. Yeah, I'm being honest. Mike McCarthy ain't helping them. You know why? They didn't even practice yesterday. They did a walkthrough.
Really?
They did a walkthrough yesterday. On the most beneficial practice day of the week, they did a walkthrough yesterday.
Today Thursday.
Mm-hmm. They did a walkthrough yesterday.
They're gonna practice it. Yeah, all right.
All right.
I'm just saying that doesn't help the psyche of players when they come in and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna do a walkthrough today, and they're like, oh, they see the same thing we see on this film. I'm just giving you the psyche of a player.
The more we talk about this, the more worried I get.
You gotta have a bunch of dogs on your team. And I was telling Brad and Josh, the guy that works with Will, you say we don't know what they do. Mm-hmm. They were like, "How did y'all handle this?" I said, "We had once you're in a winning mode like these guys have been in the last 3 years, you got to have enough dogs. You know, even if you don't practice a lot, practice well, you got to have enough dogs." That when you hit that field, come Sunday, they ain't playing. And when you look in there, like, you can look at Troy, like, okay, I joked around, but this dude ain't playing. He ain't having it. Mike ain't having it. Charles wasn't having it because they knew when it was time to play. They had bigger, aspirations than me just, trying to, man, we can have practice over here. I'll be glad, oh, man, I'm going to do this after practice. I ain't coming home tonight. Yeah.
Can I pose a question to Nate and then we go into the break?
Yes.
He answer on the other side of the break.
You can give you time to think about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Mike McCarthy said yesterday in his presser that there could be a possibility that he will have Tyron Smith kind of almost not practice
I saw that.
anymore, do some walkthroughs and maybe some
year, right?
for the rest of the year. From an offensive lineman perspective, is that a good thing for him and this offensive line and this offensive team going forward? We'll have Nate answer that question on the other side of this break. So stay right here with us.
2 letters. Figure it out when we get back.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole made with real Hass avocados will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouthwatering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back. Second segment of the show brought to you each and every day by blockchain.com. Thank you, blockchain.com. And in case you're just now joining us, Jesse posed a question to Nate and gave him some time to think about it. Jesse, what was your question?
The question was, Mike McCarthy said yesterday in his press conference that he could potentially put into plan that Tyron, and if I said Tyler before, excuse me, Tyron Smith would not practice for the rest of the year. Maybe do some walkthrough stuff, and but not practice essentially, and just playing the games on Sunday. That's a possibility that they're mulling over right now, from someone who's played the offensive line position. What do you think about that? Is that a good thing, a bad thing, a right thing, a wrong thing? Like
initially, I would have said no, just no, flat out. But they've been doing this for the last 3 years, basically, right? Mm-hmm. Tyron missing weeks, missing days, he just came off a 3-week hiatus and came and played a nice game. So they have somehow mentally figured this thing out, him in the left guard. So if you think this is, try it and see will it work. I don't think it'll work when we play some playoff football, but it may work the rest of the season.
What do the other guys on the team think of that?
They don't think. They're too young to think. They just need to play.
It doesn't bother. It's not going to bother.
Nah, because that when you walk into something like that, that's what they're used to. I mean, your left guard, he is the reason that we go left guard, left tackle. This is what we do. It's what you do. Like, I never figured this out until I went to play for the Carolina Panthers. And the quarterback, I can't think of his name, but anyway, I was like, man, come on, y'all should know better than this. And the dude stopped and said, hold on, Nate, hold on now. This ain't the Cowboys where something is happening every day. See, what is a distraction to us as media and as Cowboy fans don't faze us like it would a Detroit, like it would a Chicago Bears team. Because we always have something going, something that's different and something that's unique. And I had to learn that when I went to Carolina. You right, bro. Yeah, you right.
What year were you in Carolina?
I can't even think. My last year, 99, 98, somewhere in there.
Steve Berline?
Steve Berline was the quarterback.
Right.
He stopped me and said, come on, Nate, you got to remember now, these people ain't doing what we did in Dallas. Yeah, all right, man. They got to ride 8 miles just to get down there.
I thought about it like when I heard it. I thought about it last night, and I'm just.
It bothers you, but
we talk so much about just the cohesion. We talk so much about the work, and I get it that Tyron. I mean, he's been around the block twice, right? In his tenure here with the Cowboys. When you miss a lot of practice, you miss the details, and this is a team who has suffered because of the details. That is my only. And I get it. Sometimes, as you get older, long in the tooth, this whole Veterans Day thing ain't new. Mm-hmm. This ain't a new thing.
No, it's not.
Like, veterans get days all the time. They get them in training camp. They got
just used to make you ride the bike if you had a veteran day, right?
It just looks different. You know what I'm saying? It looks different. It sounds different than it is now. In order to get a Veterans Day, like, you had to be top dog. You had to be top dog to get a Veterans Day. That wasn't just, now they hand them out freely like, guys, you be like, he get a Veteran Day?
Yeah, we plugged the machine to him and had his
no.
thing in his helmet, and he said he had reached his workout peak.
Yeah,
so he need to rest.
And technology is a good thing. I'm not. I don't want to sound like we're knocking. We're old farts. That technology is not a good thing. I come from a place where everybody didn't get a Veterans Day, but I get it and understand it. But when you're talking about not practicing at all or just walkthroughs, that's a lot to me. That's a lot for me because there are so many detailed things that even timing is like, you know what? Yeah, I know that I'm supposed to do this and I know that we're supposed to do this, but what does that look like? What does that sound like? What does that feel like? So that when we do get that TE stunt, when we do get that that
wide nine, down
and they cross dogging in the middle with on the center.
Did you say raw dogging in the middle?
Cross dog.
Cross dog. Cross dog. That's when
you knew what our machine was that told us that we were tired because they got this GPS and all of this that tells them when they're peaked out. You know what
the asthma field?
No, it was Michael Irvin, and he never got tired. Jimmy said Michael Irvin is our
barometer.
If
he gets tired, then
when he walked him in and say his legs tired, we gonna get a rest. And I'm looking at Mike like, hold on, dog, come on now.
Here's $100.
No, that wasn't gonna get it. That wasn't gonna get it. That's a couple of dances. That wasn't gonna get it.
But yeah, that's a thing for me. It's just this team is consistently lost on the details, the small little minute details.
Preach.
That in the trenches are so important.
I would almost think, Kurt, to your question, the younger guys. As a younger guy, I would almost, unless I was backing Tyron up and I wanted first team reps in the game, I would almost welcome that because, all right, you're resting this older dude that's had health problems. We need him there in the playoffs if we're going to make a run. Like, I would almost, as a player, be like, yeah, that's until he starts messing up.
But then you come to the point in time. It's like, what is it always? What if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah.
Like when you're not practicing, you're not keeping your sword sharp. You just aren't. Like when you're not practicing,
a little slower off the ball.
Yeah, and again, and now people say, and I'm like, all right, y'all say that now till he gives up the pressure, and you know what I mean. And we go back and we go, boy, we sure could have used that. Yeah. And we'll go look at all the details of the game again. We go, man, Tyron gave a pressure up, or he gave a false start up just because his timing wasn't there. You know what I mean? Because there's something about that seeing Micah Parsons come off the ball every single day that gets me that gets my fast twitch muscle movement going in the proper direction. Or I don't know how to further explain it.
No, it's like when you haven't played Call of Duty in a while, huh, Chris?
I don't know.
Like it takes a couple of days to get the reaction time back down and the aiming and
explain it to me, us Chris Beam, in the terms of Call of Duty. What would it mean in the terms of Call of Duty?
I mean, I haven't played in a while, and that guy went in there the other day and just these people are playing every day, so it's tough. So I mean, I don't know. Shannon comes in there too sometimes.
Oh, I'm so bad though. It doesn't matter if I play every day or y'all don't know how bad.
So you would attest that getting the practice reps in is more beneficial than not, right?
Yeah, but
even
in
Fortnite
yesterday. I mean,
see, we worried about one kid not practicing. The whole team ain't practicing.
At 4:30, when I walked out here befar I left, they were out practicing with helmets and they didn't have shoulder pads on.
There was a walkthrough.
But walkthrough usually is like no helmets. They had helmets on. They're running. I mean, they practiced.
We're talking about Tyron. Like if he didn't practice the rest of the year.
I have no problem with that because it seems like every time he gets hurt is in practice, not the game. I mean, the guy's been in the league for how many years?
I don't think Chris was listening to us.
Yeah, it's all good. 10?
Chris was listening. He just got his opinion.
I have no problem with him.
It's too bad we got to wait and see. That's the scary thing about this. If they do that, we got to wait and see how it turns out. If it turns out good, then we going to call Coach a genius. If it turns out bad.
All right, so yeah.
13 years.
Good point. Here's a maybe a positive of that. If he's not practicing, then your backup gets more first team reps. That way he's ready if something happens and he does go down, right?
Does it hurt anybody else around him, whether it's the guard or the guy rushing or
the
whatever?
Communication
that
part.
or even Dak. Does it hurt anything else that he's not there at practice?
I'll let the guard tell you.
I mean, the guard that's right next to him
The
right
game.
now, if the season was over,
The
it's probably
tight end
all pro.
outside him on the other side.
I'm just
Anything like
saying.
that.
Today's NFL is so much different, and I'll just say what I said earlier. You have to just wait and see. Will we be right in that the continuity is bigger? What scares me is, do we get through this season? We have 3 big games coming, barring anybody getting injured. We got 3 more massive games coming. Will we win these games? Will Tyron play like he played when we lost this game against Philadelphia? Will he play that well? It's just a wait and see now. It's just a wait and see. So,
All right, let's take our last break. When we come back, we'll see if we can find anything else to talk about besides the Giants on Hanging with the Boys.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And, of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
James Wright here, your 2022 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year. You know how much I love my Cowboys, and I am thrilled to be talking to you about the 2023 Fan of the Year award presented by Captain Morgan. We're looking for the ultimate Cowboys fan to spice up the game. That means you eat, sleep, and breathe the Dallas Cowboys. If that's you, or if you know someone like me, then go to DallasCowboys.com/fan of the year, and you could win tickets to Super Bowl 58 and so much more. Enter today.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back. Final segment each and every day is brought to you by Jigsaw, the official dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys. I have a question for you guys. Kurt, you can start.
Okay.
What are your three coolest sporting events you have ever been to?
I've been fortunate to go to a few. I would say, well, the Stars winning the '99 Cup. That was pretty exciting because I was there. And
You saw them skate the cup?
I was on the ice. I was working for him then.
Wow.
I was PR, so I got to go out on the ice after.
You worked in PR?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I started, yeah.
Did not know that.
I was at the finals of the World Baseball Classic a couple years ago. That was pretty exciting. One of the kind of special ones for me was my grandfather, my grandmother, my father, my whole family basically went to one Rangers game at all together, only one time, and it was Kenny Rogers' perfect game.
Oh, wow.
So
Sweet.
that was pretty cool.
Just tell us about that North Carolina thing.
That's where I'm going with mine.
Yeah.
National championship.
That was the coolest thing, huh?
Man.
Have you done anything? Has there been a cool event that you've been to outside of playing in a game?
So when I was growing up, like one of the OGs that raised me, he's from New York, born and raised in Queens, and so he had ties to like LL Cool J and Damon John and all those guys. So at this time, FUBU, remember the FUBU for us by us, the FUBU brand, and the FUBU boys the All-Star game was in Philadelphia. And I'm not old enough to go to this All-Star game, but he takes me and my best friend, he takes us to Philadelphia. And we go to like all the All-Star events and the parties and all that kind of stuff.
How old were you?
I'm 15 years old.
Oh, and you went as an adult.
Yeah. I'm 15 years old. I'm in high school. I'm 15 years old.
Wow. Was your mind just blown? Were you like, I want to do this for a living? I've got to do this.
And then like Ella was on stage, like, you know, FUBU, hello. Like it was insane. So like I'm in this group, and then he like my homeboy falls asleep in the club. And he's like telling one guy, like, listen, you're stuck right here with him. He tells like one of the kind of the roadies, like, you don't leave his side. Because my boy's asleep. He tells him, you don't leave his side. I'm out there having a blast. I'm dancing. I'm running around. I'm but that was like one of the greatest experiences I ever had in my life as a 15-year-old. Like people was trying to offer me drinks. I'm like, no, thank you. No, thank you. But like the girls are all, and anytime you're in, I know you've been there. Anytime you're like in the section where like the stars are at, the VIP, the girls ain't really looking at really whether or not you of age, not of age.
No.
They don't really care about that. We in here.
Yeah.
So anybody
you got in, you're fair game.
I'm dancing with these grown women. I have no idea what to do with any of them. If any of them asked me to come back to their room, I would have crawled under the bed out of fear. I was grown women, but I was probably one of the best times.
Hell, that'd be cool for a grown up.
Yeah. It was one of the best
for a 40-year-old
times.
man, much less a 15-year-old.
Hanging with LL Cool J and Damon John and all the FUBU guys.
Wow. Yeah. That's cool. What about you, Nate? I have a feeling I know your answer.
Harlem Globetrotters with my dad.
Really?
Yeah. I remember that, man. And just watching the Harlem Globetrotters act crazy out there, and that was just a great thing because I was hanging with my dad. That was a rare thing because he worked 24/7. So I didn't get left on the porch. No, I did not get left on the porch.
I knew it was coming. I knew.
So but that was it for me, man.
Metal Art Lemon, remember him?
Yeah, Curly Neal, all these guys.
Yeah.
Man. But I'm gonna tell you like this here, them Super Bowls, sneaking out, watching the halftime show with Michael Jackson. Oh, that was sweet.
Who'd you watch that with? Anybody sneak with
myself? I wasn't gonna take it and get nobody else in trouble. I was just taking a chance for myself.
Did Jimmy know you did it?
Were they asking where you were?
Nah. Once North told us we was gonna go, we was beating them. Killing them. So.
To be a fly on the wall during those days.
Can you imagine just like hanging out with Nate for just a week?
No.
Just a week?
No.
You weren't gonna sleep. No. Sleeping was forbidden. Sleeping was forbidden.
And Nate wasn't a friendly dude, yo. Like Nate's friendly now.
Yeah.
Like Nate wasn't a friendly dude. Like I remember when I first initially got to Dallas and being around Michael, and then Nate would come. Like Nate hasn't not always.
I always forget y'all have a history.
Like Nate hasn't been
I've always been nice.
No, he hasn't.
I've always been a friendly
I'm not
dude.
kicking Nate's back in front of him, but Nate hasn't always been the most pleasant of people to be around.
I was a friendly dude.
Like Nate had his certain people. And if you weren't in that group of certain people,
I'm a nice dude.
Nate would mother F you to death. Like like Nate talks about how Charles and how Dion treated him.
He was in there with him. He was part of it.
It wasn't a one-way street. Nate leads y'all to believe he was the one. Nate leads y'all to believe that he was the one that's being attacked. No, there wasn't.
I was always being attacked.
You might have been attacked, but you were sure doing some. You were firing back. There was just no. It wasn't a lopsided deal here. Don't think Nate walked around here like this little timid old dude who's like, Charles just won't stop saying things to me, and Dion and the Shark and all of them. They just keep saying mean things to me. No, Charles say you. Blah, 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 blah. They said,
I'm gonna tell you what, man. These Giants, man. I wish somebody.
Now you want to talk about the Giants?
Yes, you don't win a whole 2 segments and not told us anything about the Giants.
There's nothing to. Honestly, people, I wish.
You ruined this man, Nate.
No.
Not me.
I looked. I went and looked. I went more than a half. There is.
Did you make it to 3/4?
You made it all the way through.
I did 2 halves. So I did 4 quarters.
Yeah.
I did 2 halves of a game.
Yeah.
What's one thing? If the Cowboys, if the Giants make it a close game, how can they make it a close game?
We have to turn the ball over.
Only
Mistakes.
Mistakes.
You got to beat yourself.
That's it. They like it, we have to have a lackadaisical approach to the football. Just carrying it lackadaisically, handling it lackadaisically, throwing it just lackadaisically.
And probably not just turnovers, but turnovers deep in your own territory,
That
right?
leads to them giving-
They're probably not going to be able to move the ball that
But
well.
think about this at once. Like we played them. Was it the first game of the year?
Yeah.
That's good.
Fully loaded, fully healthy, with all the hopes and aspirations and dreams in front of them.
What was the score of that game?
40-0.
Yeah. That's right. It was shutout.
Just runt us.
Like
fans.
literally,
Oh, yeah.
like
Super Bowl.
Like think about that. Like at that point in time, Daniel Jones didn't suck.
Right.
Brian Daboll was the reigning coach of the year. Saquon had come. I mean, that you had brought in Darren Waller.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you talked about the guys up front. There were hopes in front of the Giants.
Leonard Williams
was still there. I mean, they talked about this kid, Jalen Hyatt from Tennessee.
Yeah.
He's a blazer, big target down the field. Are the Giants going to take the next step? The NFC East is getting ready to be out of this world with the level of competition that's in there. And we dog walked them 40-0. Yeah. Leonard Williams ain't there. Their quarterback ain't there. The hopes and dreams of aspirations that were all in front of you. Waller is not there. That light that you thought was the possibility was a train that has hit them. Is a New York City subway train.
Because they've lost 3 games, and I think we've been so consumed with those 3 losses. I didn't even
49ers?
Huh?
Talking about the 49ers and them.
I'm talking about the Cowboys.
Oh, the Cowboys.
Because Arizona was like, what happened, right? Then the 49ers like, oh, we are not a good team. And then you lose to the Eagles and the sky's falling again. In their wins, I don't even remember this, but they scored 40, 30, 38, 20, and 43. Mm-hmm. They only have 1 game where they scored under 30 points.
And the Giants are losing at an average of 16 points a game. Like I know that
that's why the spread's 16.5.
I know that doesn't sound like that's a lot, but like 16 points in the National Football League is like 40 points in college.
Oh, that's huge.
Did that FAMU against Michigan? But no, they stole our signal, so I used them.
But like that is
like 16.5. I can't believe they even have a line on this game.
I think like the money line is like it's like 1,800. Like you got to bet 1,800. Can I say that on the air? You got to bet 1,800 to make 100.
Yeah, as long as you're not gambling.
Yeah,
I'm not endorsing gambling. We're just talking about what the line is.
But like that, like you have to bet $1,800 to make $100. That's it's really, man. It's
so you're saying unless you.
And I don't even want to say this
so
on
why you
air.
putting it on him? Since
it would have to be like
this?
a rash of injuries for the Cowboys that happened in that game.
Everything fall apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
biggest point spread this year.
All right, well,
can we go?
We can.
Might as well.
This is getting depressing.
Tomorrow, call us. We will take calls tomorrow because we really don't have much else to say about this game. We'll give you score predictions.
Computer, you can't call in to the end of the year.
You know what? I went back and looked at Computer's tweet. He did give up on the Cowboys.
Yeah,
he said, I am not a Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
And then he went into the owner.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's going to call me right after this. But I went back and looked at it. We'll read that on the air.
You, man.
Don't answer the call. You said what you said. Why would you answer the call?
Answer the call, Shannon.
No, I wouldn't answer the call.
Computer, I'll always answer your call. Nate.
Hey, bro.
Love the
what's
shirt.
up,
Good
man?
seeing you.
I'm
Jesse,
with
good seeing you.
Yeah.
Kurt,
Listen,
thanks for being
fans,
here.
we're sorry. I'm sorry. I am. I don't have anything to give you. Like, I do not. If you go and you listen to the Giants broadcast or whoever's doing their pods or their shows over there, they ain't got much either. Nobody has much.
Even the coach said something.
Go listen to them dudes that get the all 22 and don't know what they talk about anyway. They probably can build up the Giants.
What did their coach say, Kurt?
Oh, I don't know verbatim, but it's basically along the lines they know where they are and they know that it's going to be a struggle, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Who said that?
Giants coach.
He's paraphrasing.
Dave All.
But it's just, I'm sorry. I know you guys come to us and you're looking for us to give you some sort of insight and some sort of guidance and some sort of.
Cowboys fans look for a reason to be let down, and we're not giving them one this week. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Because
at halftime, if you got a honey-do list, you can get it done just start it at halftime. It won't be much game to watch. It won't be.
Good, because I'll be flying back from Vegas. I'll be having to try to watch it on the plane.
His birthday Friday.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
27. Chris, thanks
Happy
for keeping
birthday,
us.
man.
Thanks for keeping
I'm
us on the
listening
air,
now.
Jazz. Thanks for keeping Chris company. William, keep Williaming.
Whatever
Josh,
you do, Josh. Whatever y'all do, William.
we know what Josh does. He puts the pods on the air.
I know what William do.
What's
he
he do?
can eat.
Yeah.
It's always those skinny dudes.
We will
man,
be
he
back
can eat.
tomorrow, same time, same place. Call us. Hanging with the
Sorry.
boys. See ya.
We out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?